Anthony Piaz here, and I'm just recording in the evening right now, and I just want to talk about some of the stuff that's been going on when it comes to trading on cryptocurrencies. Right now, yeah, Bitcoin is trading at $225, which is yeah, it's not a it's not great, but I guess it's great for the people that are trying to get it because it's making it a lot easier for them. Um, More affordable, and people that want to jump in, you have to start learning basically how to get used to certain terms if you're going to start trading it, um, and and learn as you go because I've done a lot of mistakes myself. I'm not perfect, and nobody's perfect. But when it's like, I guess you can use the analogy as baseball. When you're playing baseball, the game, obviously, there's this, uh, you can be successful 30% of the time, and you'll still be considered a good player. Um, So when you're batting 70 or 70%, 60% or any of that, that's always good. You want to be at least above the 50%. Um, you want to make that much. Sometimes you make 20, sometimes you make 30 percent. Positive trades, and that's always the risk you have to take when you're trading. But the good thing that the blockchain and everything that's being created, there's going to be a lot more assets built on top of this, and there's going to be a lot of hybrid assets, which are currency and pretty much an asset. Like they have something tied to them, like planning, crowdsourcing, um, you know, for a particular product to be created, invented, stuff like that. You're going to see a lot more of that stuff becoming the norm, um, because of the blockchain, and it's just going to be a lot easier for us as people to create something that the government might be against at first, but they can't stop a massive amount of people energy into a project. They just can't stop it. Nobody can, and they can't stop cryptocurrencies as a whole. So it's the legal issues that's happening here, particularly in the United States. A lot of stuff is going on, and it's a deep discussion going on right now. Now, the purists and the anarchists or whatever you want to call, put a label on people. Th- those type of people, we believe in the purest form of what it was meant for, and that's a good thing. I think the government might do regulations, but it's basically useless. I mean, there's already people doing money laundering with cash, so and they're not stopping that. So in reality, they can't stop something that they can't control. So it's really funny when I think about it. But certain people are going to comply to the law, some people are not, and that's just the way it is in the law. And the government has to just get used to it. I mean, they're well, technically they're already used to it. I mean, they've been doing it with cash, so it doesn't really matter. Um, so that's how I feel about it. Technically, I'm not gonna go too deep into political rants about the subject. I just know that people um, should maybe you know uh, at least be on point with the law. What is your rights as a human citizen? The revolution will be, I wouldn't say a revolution, but I don't know. I guess it kind of is, you know. I mean, in a way, it is, but it's just a way around the government. I mean, how can something just out of thin air to them? It's basically that's what they're thinking, thin air, and it's now created some worth. But it's happening, and and I feel it's a good thing. I've invested some of my income into it, and I'm happy with my decisions for the most part. It's just it's a growing market. I think it's a very smart market. Um, it's just something that the masses have to get used to it because I personally think it's going to be the future. Um, so that is pretty much a video today about basically the subject that's going on right now with the cryptocurrencies, and they're also let me talk about the trading part a bit more. Now, there's a lot of coins out there that people want to just do their diligent research on, because that would create just a more knowledge of the coin. You could probably say, "Oh, that's an interesting concept," and you want to constantly keep researching it, getting deeper into what the asset or the currency is trying to accomplish their mission. And if you feel it's a right cause, maybe bet a little some of your income into it, and take the chances. You can there's a lot of terms like shorting and long, pretty much strategies you want to use when you're doing trading, and that's also very useful in different strategies that you use. You don't want to just implement one strategy. You want to implement many strategies, and I think that is a way to diversify your portfolio in the crypto space. And otherwise, I mean, if you're doing stocks, it's pretty much the same terminology, same, slightly different, obviously, but not too off about that. Um, but you want to use that to your advantage. Try to figure out strategies that you think may work and implement them, and you'll eventually see the progress of that in a year's time, maybe a 2 year time, depending on your strategies. Um, so, um, especially you have to also once you're a newbie to this world, you also want to get used to the subject of the more capital you have, definitely the more capital you're going to gain over time. That's going to make a more of an impact difference in your lifestyle. While when you don't have so much big capital, the your trades are more important in a small sense. Like you want to do smaller trades, you know, uh, really get your feet wet into the crypto trading space, and just pretty much it's an intuitive thing. I think it starts to become that. I mean, I'm still a rookie myself, and I'm still learning every day. Every day something is constantly changing. It's a really interesting space, and people that are still not used to it, or eventually going to get used to it, over time. Someone's going to introduce them. Someone's going to introduce another person. It's just going to constantly keep growing, and it's it's impossible to think that any conspiracies, or like some people may think that maybe the government's already behind Bitcoin, but I don't think they are, because it's against the government. So why would the government create something that's against them? It's just not going to make any sense. Um, so it's just an amazing way to automate things. It's kind of scary in the sense that it's very futuristic. I mean, you think now, basically, um, they're not. I wouldn't categorize Bitcoin as a company, because nobody actually runs it. Like, there's nobody, in charge of it. So it's hard to say it's a company, but it's basically something that runs on its own. It has no need for human intervention, but it's there, and we can contribute to the mathematics of it, because that's basically what it is. It's a scientific mathematical equation that obviously a computer is going to solve faster than a human being, because we're not used to calculating that high. It's I guess until we learn how to calculate that fast. I'm not. The the human brain is still very untapped as well. So just my theory. Um, but that's the whole subject, and my political views against regulation. I mean, I'm in one of those people that are against it, but I don't know what's gonna happen. It's a really interesting time right now when it comes to this time period. Very interesting, very historical in the techie geeky world. If anything, every geek is talking about this pretty much, and pretty much any geek that is out there there's a good percentage of the geeks that are in the world. They know what Bitcoin is. Um, it's just the way it's the first people to get attracted to it. I believe, but that's about it, man, guys. I don't know what else to really say. This is pretty much the next episode of Trend Talk. Me taking a very relaxed feel of interviewing. I want to interview some people. Some people are a little scared about doing their interviews. Just they don't want to be. They want to truly be anonymous, and I understand that. But there's some people I do know that mess with the crypto space, that are more, I would say, just really enthusiasts, but they don't want to be known to the public as much. And I understand that is a concern. And I think the market is going to show that in the future. That's another thing that I deeply think it's going to happen. It's going to be a total trend. Any currency that protects your identity is going to be one of the most valuable currencies or assets in this space. It's obvious. It's just basically what the market is telling us. So, yeah, I mean, um, other videos that I'm going to plan out later on are basically in this subject matter, but there's going to be future videos on the subject matter of video games and movies and such like that, because it's part of my life. Obviously, everybody has been a previous fan of my videos knows that. And just other hobbies that I like to get into, because it's just fun. So I'll see you guys later. I just wanted to give you a quick update about what I think about what's going on right now.